Hello, this is Ever Pierce, and before we get started on this 12th month, part B, we're going to cover a few more things because I mentioned in part 1 about how we put together in a method, in a scientific calculated method or formula, using pi. Okay, here's my social accounts if you're not familiar with it. Here's my PayPal. This is where you would go to send me $100, and there's like 12, or there's over 12 videos there that will teach you how to set up properly your baseline for the date. Okay, so let's get started here, and this hopefully this video here, part 2 or part B, will be relatively short, not take a whole lot of your time. Now, as I had illustrated in part 1, is we just did some basic observation. You gotta figure, let's go back years and years and years and years and years and years ago, before the birth of months. And basically people, all they had to go by was basically a solar year count. Okay, of course, years and years ago, some people didn't understand, the earth going around the sun, a complete cycle. Or, they understood day and night, but understanding a complete cycle of the earth. Okay, and when I say pi, now we're all pretty much familiar with pi and how pi is in a lot of things. So 3.14. Now, why did we just come up with certain things? Is it just random? No. When you put a method together, you can also put symbolism in your method. Okay, so if we take 365 days, it's actually 365 and a quarter. That's why we have a leap year. But we take 365 divided by 12, and that comes to 30.41666, and you put a line over it because it repeats. Okay, so I told you I'm born on the 341st day of the year, which is December 7th. Okay, so let's focus in there. So you got the 3, 0, 4, and 1. So, if you're going to do the design of it, and say, well, how many months do you want to have? That will fit inside your solar year count. Why did we pick 12? Is if we're going to implement pi, the three numbers of pi, no matter which order they're in. So 341, so it has to represent me. It also has to represent pi. It also has to represent God. So when we do things and put it together, we got logic to it. We got science to it. So just like we explain here with the 2-2-1 factor, or 1-2-2, there's that method. That sequence is in a lot of things, not to mention my E equals MC squared. And this is just one of 3 parts. I had to leave a piece to the puzzle behind, so in my life this time, as ever, is I would be the only one that would understand it. Other people would look at it kind of as if they're looking at Mandarin. Okay, and how you can take E equals MC squared, advance it 2-2-1, and now you have God squared. And Lincoln is my birthday, born on the 12th, on the 2nd month. And it happens to be the only month that is different from all of them, because it's the only one month out of 12 that is only 28. Why this month of 28? Because at one time, if you look and do your history, the first of our year actually started March 31st. Okay, but that's neither here or there. Okay. What we're focused on now, no matter, the changes and stuff, life changes, date changes, and so energy and evolution also adapts, which also teaches mankind that, you also need to evolve as well. Even though you like that 8-track and you love it, and we're on MP3s, at some point, we hold these truths to be separate. We hold these truths. So at some point, when you say we hold, you're going to have to let go and bring in some new concepts. Okay, so Lincoln. Well, we're going to put the date first. Oh, focus. And in the month, 122 factor. Lincoln's birthday. Now, and how we explain this here. 7 months with 31 days, 4 months with 30 days, and 1 month with 28 days. And if you read up or down, well, May 27th, well, actually 5, 2, and 7. Okay, I'm on the 7th day of December, and if we read it this way, 2, 5, that's Christmas. Christmas is on the 25th day of December. And 7, I'm born on the 7th. So you got the 7th up here, and then you got the 25th day. These are on the opposite of December. So if you look at our 31 days, what's unique? I mean, other than, under the American seal, where the eagle is holding 13 arrows and 13 olive leaves. So either it's 13 or 31. Okay, so in your head, you automatically, we like to add things up or subtract things. So 3 plus 1 is 4. The 3 numbers are pi. So seven of our months, even though you don't have the 4 in there, and say, wait a minute, there is kind of a 4 in there. Don't we have 24 months? Or 24 hours in that day? So you could also read is 3, 1, go, if you put the word 2, 3, 1 goes to the 4. Or 3 plus 1 is 4. So pi is in our month and days as far as putting a rhyme and reason to something. If you can make it part of your society, make it part of your life. So just note that before we had the birth of months and days, and days within the month, we had solar year count. That's all that we could count on of certainty. So hopefully this will explain a little bit more. You have to, think of it as like a pie. There's a bunch of pieces, or even a puzzle. Puzzle is actually better parable. You have to look at all the pieces to the puzzle and put it together to have a complete understanding. So if you're working on the date, you like using the date for like lottery system, is you're also going to take it one step further, that you have to take your date and make it specific to your lottery. So right in this video on the 12 months part B, we're just looking at this basic observable data. And when I say pi's in here, every day when you hit on the 31st, March 31st, May 31st, so it's like every other month you're going to be reminded of pi. Because in our heads, we just automatically add things together. Or you can minus it as well. Okay, but on February, that's 2 and 8 is a 10 factor. If you minus it, it's a 6. So we put a 6 in the middle there. 68. I'm born in 1968. So there's a lot of, it's kind of like little telltale signs. So it has to be subtle. It means that you'll look at it, you don't really know or understand it. You've seen it 1,000 years, but you don't really understand it. Except for the one is the author of putting things together. So this back out here. So like I said, if you want to learn the baseline for the date, the proper date, go to my PayPal.me, Everett Pierce. Send me $100. Text me. I'll send you a link to those. There's over 12 videos right now. That really breaks it down and makes it easy for you to understand. With that, this is Everett Pierce.